Hello and greetings from all you fellow aliens out there, especially if you are a legal alien. We want to hear from you. And if you are an illegal alien, we want to hear from you as well. But most especially, we want to hear from you if you are an extraterrestrial alien. And you can contact us at Aliens of Us at the Flying Saucer at 441 Nevada Way, Boulder City, Nevada 89005, phone 702-293-1823. My name is, if you think I have a funny accent, it's probably because I'm a New Zealand native. I'm a native of New Zealand, of a race called Maoris, M-A-O-R-I apostrophe S, Maoris. And my given name is Kae, Kawana Pai Pai Whatarangi Ropoama Pohe. But you can call me Kosmic Kae. I'll be podcasting under the name Kosmic Kae. And if you're looking at this crazy hat that I'm wearing and these glasses, these are what we sell in the store. They're called damn alien glasses. They have these funny things on the top here, and I'm wearing a Kosmic Kae hat, both of which you can buy here in the store. Before I introduce my first guest, I'm going to go to Sue for a commercial. Sue.
Hello there. We have some new items in the store in case you haven't seen these before. These are great for kids. They're kids' character glasses, and this is Optimus Prime. And then we have another one called... Excuse me, everyone, while I adjust my microphone. Is it okay now? Yeah. Okay. We have a second one called the Bumblebee. Now, this is still on a card here, but these are the Bumblebee shades. They call them shades because there is a tinted glass there. Now we move on to Marvel Comics and Spider-Man. So any of you little kids out there want to be Spider-Man for the holidays, for Halloween, we have your glasses. And then, of course, we have to have an alien pair of glasses. These are alien shades. And for the girls, if they don't want to be any of these characters, we have Snow White shades. These are a sparkly blue color around the rim, and then a beautiful gold filigree little crown on the top. And then we have Belle shades, which is a gold sparkly glass frame and a little gold filigree at the top. And that's what I have in the way of new items for kids for Halloween.
Okay. Thank you, Sue. And now I'm going to introduce my first guest, and this is a return by special request because when she appeared on one of our earliest podcasts, we had a lot of requests to bring her back again. And this is, let me introduce you to Stacey Hollister. Stacey?
Yes. Hello. The first thing I want to do, well, let me introduce myself. My name's Stacey Hollister. I have a degree, actually I have a master's in divinity from the University of Chicago and a master's in social work, from which at this point have retired from, and I've worked here at the store for 5 years now.
Did you get a degree from Arizona too?
No. It was in Chicago,
Okay.
University of Chicago Divinity School, and a master's also in social work. Okay, and the first book, I would like to introduce you to this book. It's a really special new book we have in the store. It's it's from the producers of Ancient Aliens. It's a companion guide to the Ancient Aliens series, and I know a lot of you out there watch the Ancient Aliens.
Okay, thank you, Stacey. I'm just going to interrupt you and get back to you in a minute.
Sure.
Sue, can we go to another thing that you want to promote about the upcoming Halloween? masks and stuff?
Okay, well, we're going to move on from Mass to maybe Christmas, because Christmas is coming up. And we have these wonderful puzzles. I'm going to call it a puzzle. But you see what this is? This is a stegosaurus. And it comes in pieces that they have to be punched out. And then the child, with help of the parent perhaps, depending on the age of the child, will put them together. This helps kids learn about the history of the earth. I would suggest that after you put this together, these are all wood, by the way, I would suggest that you glue them in because they are a little bit fragile, as you can see. These are all very, very small pieces. We have the Apatosaurus here, and that will be approximately the same size as this Stegosaurus here. And then we also have, if they're not into dinosaurs and reptilia, we do have this wonderful spacecraft here for any budding astronauts. In addition to this size, we do have a larger size. Here's Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now this guy is really going to be big, and I think you need some help with mom or dad kids putting this together. And then we have another larger piece of the Stegosaurus, which is like the first little kid I showed you before. And there's the bigger piece. And this is great for kids, great for teaching them. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Veronica, do we have anybody calling in about? We put out a request for anybody who had any experiences to contact us.
Not yet. We just got online, so they're coming in slowly but surely. We got Sue Ormsby.
Sue Ormsby.
Yeah, she's watching. If you want to say hello.
Hello, Sue. She's either in France or in Australia. Hi, Sue.
She just sent you a smiley face with hearts on the eyes.
Yeah, we haven't had alien heart glasses yet, but we're getting them in.
She said we're waiting.
They're waiting. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, she didn't say whether she's in France or Australia.
No, she didn't say
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, they have a villa in France, and they backwards and forwards from Australia to New Zealand and Japan. Her husband Tucker is from Japan. Okay, anything else?
Nope. Let's
Okay.
get to Stacy.
Let's go back to Stacy then. Stacy, I always say that you're the most knowledgeable person about aliens. Anything you want to know about aliens, ancient aliens, the tall whites that working in Area 51, or any aliens, she's probably one of the most knowledgeable. Do you want to elaborate on that, and not about your experience yet, but elaborate on what you do in the store and that?
Well, did you want me to read what people have written?
Yeah.
Okay. We keep a book here, and I get a lot of people coming in from all over the world that sort of go to Las Vegas, and then they go out to different places from Las Vegas. And they come in, and many of them will tell me of an experience that they've had seeing a UFO or whatever. And they'll tell me the experience, and then I ask them if they'd please write it in our book, which we're eventually going to turn into a book. And I'd like to read you just two of the last two experiences that somebody told me, which I think are really interesting. And they can be anonymous. They don't have to put their name on there, nothing, if they don't want to. Okay, this incident here happened in 1976-77. This couple was at a drive-in theater in Newark, New Jersey. Just before dusk, what appeared to be a flying saucer hovered over the drive-in for about 7 to 10 minutes in front of hundreds of people at the drive-in. Drive-in's located across the street from Stewart Air Force Base, which is an emergency landing strip for the space shuttle. My date was so hysterical that I had to take her home, and even her family couldn't calm her down. The next day in the news, reports of the UFO were reported from upstate New York all the way through Pennsylvania and into Ohio. There is no doubt that they are here and that this happened. So I asked him, I said, how big was this saucer, this ship that he saw. And he said, the customer said the UFO was approximately 60 feet across and 30 feet tall.
Sounds like a battleship.
So, yes, and here's another one. And as of September 2017, I saw an object floating and hovering in the Russell Road Air Oakley area. It appeared to be similar to a large mylar something rat. It was just hovering. It was too high to be a drone and too small to be an aircraft. It appeared to be almost shape-shifting, and it was coming in and out of focus. Although it appeared to be floating, it came to move with it was very quiet in the sky. It was moving from the northwest towards the southwest, crossing the sky to return to somewhere. They didn't know where. And they said it was not a plane because it wasn't moving that fast, and it just kept showing in and out. And he videotaped it on his phone, and I could see it, what was happening. And it was an object in the sky just hanging there, and it would flash in and out, change shapes and everything. So I'll have that. And I'd like to read just one more, because this came from a former pilot. He didn't want his name put in the book, but I said, can I write it in the book? And he said yes. He's a former pilot, commercial and small air. When flying in a commercial airline as a passenger in a window seat, he was flying over water and observed two F-15s. Now, he knew a lot about planes, so he knew they were two F-15s. They were flying at approximately 200 miles per hour, and he witnessed something the size of a battleship beneath the water moving at the rate of the speed the F-15s were. He stated it appeared the F-15s were tracking this object beneath the ocean, which was traveling at approximately 200 to 250 miles per hour. And him being a pilot, he said he'd never seen anything like this, and it was the size of a battleship beneath the water. So I get interesting stories like this all the time from people. This whole book is full of them.
And watch out for Stacy's working on 2 books. And if anybody wants to come in and give us some information, you're welcome to do so, because Stacy would be very interested. Like I say, she's working on 2 books. And Sue, let's go to another commercial. You want to tell us more about the Halloween masks and stuff? Or anything, you got books or whatever.
We have a brand new mask that just came in a few days ago. It's called Artex. It's totally black. It has all of these wires and tubing and these spikes on the end. Very, very unusual for anybody who's interested in doing something unique. Could be steampunk if you want to do steampunk. It could be something else. If you want to be an alien or something, you could probably put enough gear together to make yourself look like an alien. This particular piece is selling right now at $46.99. We sell these all year round. So in case you have already decided what you're going to wear for Halloween, but you want to get something for next year, please stop on in.
Or they might want to change their minds.
Or they might want to change their minds, right, as to what to wear. So this is called Artex, and we have several in our window now. If you want to come by in the evening, there's 7 masks in the window, and plus all the masks we have in the store for male and female. But we're finding that we're selling as many of these unusual masks to females that we are to men. But we do have the more ladylike, lacy, and rhinestone masks also.
Okay, thank you, Sue. And now I want to get back to Stacy to tell you of her, I don't want to call it a UFO experience, but of her paranormal, or her experiences, I'm going to leave it at that. And Stacy, take it away.
Okay. This happened to me in 2002. I was driving by myself down Highway 90 from Oregon to Spokane, Washington.
Were you living in Spokane at the time?
I was living in Spokane at the time. It was about 1:30 in the morning. There are two highway roads leading into Spokane, and then way down an embankment were the two roads going out of Spokane. Now there's no lighting, there's no anything, you're out there pretty much in the dark. And on the sides of the road that I was on, the hills go straight up, so you can't really pull into anything. So the road kind of twists and winds, you're going about 60 miles an hour, and then ahead of me, on top of the little hill there, is this object sitting up on top of the hill, and I'm staring at it, and it's got all these multicolor lights on it, and then there was a big wheel-like thing going in a clockwise pattern, and then inside that wheel is going something, a round circle going in a counterclockwise manner. And the colors were red, blue, orange, and white. And I was so mesmerized by that, and you know, your mind always wants to make sense of what it sees. And so I'm thinking, what are they doing on road work this time of night up on a hill? I mean, it didn't make any sense. So all of a sudden the road turned, and I couldn't see it anymore, but I looked in my rearview mirror because something caught my eye, and immediately I see three lights in a triangular fashion. The big one was down here, the two other big ones were here, in my lane, coming at me in such a high rate of speed. I thought, oh my God, motorcycles are going to hit me. And I grabbed my steering wheel for impact because I really thought I was going to get hit. And as I watched them, the one on the back, on the bottom, just disappeared. The two on the upper sides, one went like up the hill, one came around the side to my passenger side, and then just disappeared. I'm thinking, what the heck was that? So then I look in my rearview mirror again. There they are again in that same pattern. And I'm getting afraid now because I can't figure out what this is. As they got closer and closer and up to the back of my car, I leaned back and looked over my seat just to see what I'm seeing, and they were perfectly round white balls of light, but they weren't connected to each other, but they stayed in a pattern until they got to my car. The second time, both of the ones on the top and on the sides went right up to the sides of my car, and I just paid attention to them. I don't know what happened to the one on the bottom. And I was absolutely terrified. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know, I didn't know what they were, and I started to become more and more afraid because I couldn't get away from them. And the feeling I had was like a rabbit being chased by wolves. I could not get away from these lights, and they kept doing this probably 5 or 6 times. And there was a little rest stop thing I could pull into where the hill was. And I was going to pull in there, and then I said, heck no, I'm not going to pull in there. I don't know what these things are. And so I kept going. All of a sudden, I look at the speed I'm going. It's like 75 miles per hour, and I thought, I'm going to get in a car accident. I've got to slow down. And then they just kept on coming, and pretty soon I see an 18-wheeler truck pulled into another stop. And I said, oh, thank God. So I pulled in front of him, and I went to get out of my car, and I fell to my knees. Because I couldn't stand up. My knees were so weak from being, you know, when you're really scared, your knees get weak, and I was terrified. And he stepped out of his truck and he said, are you okay, ma'am? And I said, all I could say was, I couldn't say lights are chasing me. I said motorcycles are chasing me, because he would never, you know, lights, that's going to sound really strange. And he stepped a foot into the road and he says, lady, there's nothing there. And I said, well, he says, where are you going? And I said, I'm going to Spokane. And I said, but I don't know which stop to get off at. I lied because I didn't want him to leave me there. And he says, well, just follow me. I'll toot the horn at your stop. And I said, okay. And I swear to God, I tailgated this guy. I did not want him to get far away from me. And then he tooted his horn. I got off at that stop. And then I called my mom at, 2 or 3 in the morning and told her what happened. And within the next couple days, she located a colonel who lived in Spokane and who had once held support groups for people who had been abducted or had seen strange things and this and that. So I got a hold of him and I told him my experience, and he said that long stretch of road, the Highway Patrol had more calls coming in from people seeing and having the same experience that I had. So I felt vindicated that I wasn't, you know, that I had actually seen something, and then other people had seen the same thing. But it was really terrifying, and like I said, I couldn't talk about it for several years because my chest would close up, my throat would close up. I found it hard to breathe. And I have a friend in town who is a remote viewer, and she's had several abduction experiences. And when I told her about this, she said, the first question she asked me was, do you have any missing time? Because a lot of people who've had abduction experiences will experience missing time, and meaning that, you know, maybe they miss 2 hours or 3 hours and they don't know what happened to them
abducted,
because they've been abducted. And I says, I don't think so. So I said, well, what was happening? She goes, well, I just think they were interested in you. And I said, okay, but I can't find any other context in which to place that experience in something that, you know, I saw something. I think it was a grounded UFO, and those things came out of the UFO. I can't find any other explanation from what I saw. And that was it.
Well, thank you, Stacy. I have to tell you that Stacy was a little reluctant to do this, but we managed to talk her into it because I told her she's going to write probably several books, and I want you people that are watching, if you have any stories, please call in and come and see Stacy, because I told her she's going to be famous. She's going to write several books, and you'll be able to come into the store and say, hey, I gave her that story. And if you can, please don't hesitate to contact us here at Aliens Are Us at the Flying Saucer, 441 Nevada Way, Boulder City, Nevada. I had to get the plug in. Also, I want to get a plug in for Kosmic Kae on our YouTube channel, and Kosmic Kae at Gmail if you want to contact us. And especially if we want to know if you want us to keep the show going, because if not, this may be the last show in a while, because I'm not too sure if we're getting the response we had anticipated, but maybe I'm asking for too much. So please contact us, and thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome. Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it, and I'm sorry I didn't want you to go through the trauma again, but thank you again.
You're welcome. Thanks, Kay.
Can you say hi to Ryan
Ryan?
Sorensen?
Ryan Sorensen. Hi, hello, Ryan.
Kelly Fox?
Who?
Kelly Fox?
Kelly Fox. Hi, Kelly Fox.
Timmy Klinger?
Kenny.
No, Timmy.
Kenny.
Timmy, like Tim.
Yeah, Timmy
Klinger.
Klinger. Hi, Timmy. Anyone else?
That's it for now.
That's it for now. And don't forget, you can get me on our website, which is Kosmic Kae on the YouTube channel, and on our Gmail, which is Kosmic Kae 2018 at gmail.com. Kosmic Kae 2018 at gmail.com. Okay, and we'll go to another commercial from Sue, and then I'll do an interview
Sue?
with Veronica.
With us. So
Excuse me?
maybe you should grab some.
Or Stacy? Can you do that book?
Sure, I can.
Ancient Alien book?
Oh, well, I did that.
Oh, you did that already?
Yeah.
Okay, then do another book.
Okay, I'm going to have to find another book.
What happened to Sue? I thought she was doing commercials for us.
That's okay. Just grab some of those tapes and talk.
Okay.
We have a lot of not the regular tapes, but the old tapes, you know, the VHS tapes. We have a lot of these. We've got one, Assessing the Mystic, Regaining a Sense of the Sacred. This is volume 1 and 2. Here we've got these here. Ready from Legend to Reality, UFOs and the Cosmic Dimensions.
Do we have any Twilight Zone books or tapes? Or
No, we don't.
no, we sold them all out. Yeah. Okay, and what was the other one you had?
I do have an older book. But it's by J. Allen Hynek. If any of you out there are familiar with J. Allen Hynek, he's written a book called The UFO Experience, Close Encounters of the First Kind, Close Encounters of the Second Kind, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, yeah, no, who was that again?
J. Allen Hynek. He's very
Hynek.
well known in the UFO field.
Okay. Okay, great then.
All right, I'm next to you, Kate. So
Okay, oh, you're next to me. I was going to go to another commercial from Sue, but she's disappeared.
well, I appeared in her spot.
You appeared in
I
that
think it's an
place.
alien thing. She got abducted and they
Oh,
dropped me.
it's an alien
They
thing.
couldn't handle me up there. They just dropped me in the chair.
Okay, well, I'll go straight into an interview with Veronica. Veronica and I have been friends for years. Veronica is a singer, and she's a songwriter. She's composed many songs in both Latino and English, and one of her most famous songs is about when she was a little girl. What's it called?
That song was called, well, it still is called
America's Glory.
America's Glory, right.
And she composed that. It's about being a little girl and
A daughter of an immigrant.
yeah, and tell them a little bit about it.
Well, that song was originally written for my dad. It was a composition that I did for him, and I didn't really quite know where I was going with it. I had never written a song, so I kind of just wrote a little bit of it and put it away. And then on 9/11, when the towers fell, I was actually folding laundry, and I remembered that I had started writing that song, so I pulled it back out. I went to look for the writing pad where I had written some of it, and that's the day I finished it. And it wound up not being just a tribute to my father, but it kind of became an anthem for everyone that comes from another country.
Yeah, and she titled it America's Glory.
America's Glory, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we don't have a CD of it.
No,
we
but they can
play.
find it on YouTube if you guys want to
Yeah.
hear it. It is in both languages. It's in English and in Spanish. And when I perform it, I actually perform it in a bilingual format. So I sing some of it in English, some of it in Spanish. But my goal and my dream would be for everyone to translate it in their own language, and that it would be done in all different languages for all different cultures that come to the United States.
Okay, and just tell us a little bit about what you've done so far in your career, and
Wow.
and yeah, I know
That'll be
it's a
like an hour podcast. No, I'm just kidding. No.
But just give us a brief rundown. on
Yeah,
this,
well,
really.
like you said, I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm a producer. I just launched my own company, which I'm very excited because now I do a lot of other stuff. I work with Rigel Studios. We actually create podcasts the way we're doing for Kay. So if you're interested in a podcast, today I accidentally called it Podkiss. I don't know why. I might have to make a podcast called Podkiss. I don't know. But we actually produce podcasts. We actually can go to your business and promote something live stream in very good quality. So if it's something that some of you are interested in, get a hold of me. I'm Veronica on Facebook. I'm Veronica on Instagram, and they call me La Consentida, which I know that's kind of hard, but if not, just go Veronica Lopez and you'll find me. I've got about like 5 Facebooks. You'll find me. So I'm doing that, and I'm also about to release a children's program, and that's another thing that I'm going to start working on. I have an album I'm going to be putting out with children's songs, and it will also be a bilingual program. So there's a lot going on. That's why we said it would take like an hour to like talk about everything. But I've known Kay, and before he asked me a next question, because this is going to be forever on the internet, I wanted to publicly say thank you to Kay, because Kay has been such a good friend. I can't get emotional. I get emotional on all my podcasts. But he has really been a big inspiration, support, like a dad.
Yeah, well, I'm crazy, so.
And so am I. So it's like he adopted another crazy child, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, to wrap up the show today, as everybody knows, this is October the 2nd, 2018, and last year on October the 1st, there was a shooting at a country music festival in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay, and the shooter there, I think he shot 48 people and injured 158, and they call it Vegas Strong.
No, he shot 58 people.
Killed
58 people.
That 58 people died. Yeah.
58 people died, and he injured 158.
851.
851.
Yeah,
Well, I told you I'd get it all screwed
And I'm
up.
all emotional, so now this is even going to be worse.
Yeah, okay. And that was on 1st of October. This is the 2nd of October. And why I'm bringing this up is I wanted to acknowledge that it was Las Vegas Strong last year when it happened, and this year it's Las Vegas Stronger. Well, in paying tribute to Las Vegas Strong and Las Vegas Stronger and the shooting on the 1st of October last year, this is the 2nd of October, and this is coming from Boulder City. And I don't want to say this is Boulder City Strong, but Veronica, who's been a dear friend for a long time, has written a song which I think epitomizes what is happening today. It's called Humanity, and it talks about civility and living in unity. I think with what's happening in the world today, we've all become so aggressive, and you know, you can't go out on the street. You're afraid you might say hello to somebody and they'll shoot you. And it's like all the schools with the kids being shot up. And I think it's time we all got together and just slowed down a bit and let humanity take over, and civility and unity. And I'll let you introduce your song, Veronica.
Okay, well, I really didn't.
And tell them how, especially where you composed it. This is my favorite part.
I hate giving them that plug, but I guess they better sponsor something since I keep mentioning the company where I wrote it.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't plan on writing another song at all or anything that day. I was so just traumatized by the whole thing, and I, you know, usually this is what happens. I don't plan on writing something, especially when it came to America's Glory. Something kind of inspired it or motivated it. And the same thing, I was walking around Home Depot and I started hearing this chorus, and I visualized all these different visions of singing this in front of thousands of people. And that happened with America's Glory, the same thing, and it actually came true. So I took out a writing pad during my shopping, you know, at
I
Home
thought it was
Depot.
Costco.
No, it was
Home
actually
Depot.
Home Depot. And I was buying some plants, and I kept stopping and, you know, moving the basket, and then I'd take out my little pad and I'd keep moving and write another little lyric. And then when I got up to the cashier, she's like, you know, did you get everything on your list? And I said, list? She said, yeah. I said, oh, no, I'm writing a song. She's like, you're writing a song right now? I go, yeah, it just came to me. She's like, oh, that is so cool. In Home Depot? I'm like, yeah, in Home Depot, I'm writing a song. And that's where humanity was born, was in Home Depot. And ever since then, I got recognized as an ambassador of peace with that song. I was actually certified with the United Federation of World Peace Federation. And the song has really been an amazing uniting song. Like the song, every time I sing it, it just really touches hearts. So I want to do it for you guys. I'm going to go grab my microphone, so you go ahead and keep talking.
Okay.
And I will be right back, and we will start the song.
Okay, like I say, I think, you know, there's been several songs written about Las Vegas Strong. I think there's 3 songs in Spanish, actually, and 2 in country music style, and I forget who wrote them, a famous country singer. But I think this one, written by Veronica, deserves a place in humanity. Like I say, it's about time we all started to getting along with each other and came together, and I think of this song as uniting everybody. Whenever you're ready, Veronica.
Test, test. Every tear we cry has no color. Every broken heart hurts the same. Every grieving soul grieves forever. Every drop of blood is red and stained. Every breath we take, every heart that beats, to the thirst we quench and the love we need. Oh, oh, we are humanity. This is our world, living life, you and me. Oh, oh, we are humanity. This is our world, so let's live in unity. Everything we do affects each other. Only together we are strong. Every baby cries and every child plays. All our eyes must rest. We all feel hunger pains to our tired feet. A breeze on our face, a touch of a hand to a warm embrace. Oh, 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 we are humanity, and this is our world, living life, you and me. Oh, 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 we are humanity, this is our world, let's live in unity.
I'd like to thank our guests, Stacy, and especially Veronica. This is our end of our podcast now, and this is Cosmic Kae signing off, saying kia ora, which is a Maori word for cheers. Kia ora, nanu nanu, zing zing zing, and ka-ching, 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 and hopefully another ka-ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.